Welcome to the Angmar Archives, a channel interested in the art and artifacts inspired by the works of J.R.R. Tolkien. I'm Julian Manef, and I'm delighted to be joined by Adam Haberman and Samuel Atkin, two wonderful collectors whose thoughts and comments I always find engaging, nuanced, and insightful. Sam runs the Council of Tolkien page, and Adam runs the Collecting Art page, both on Instagram. Links will be provided to both their pages at the end and in the description below. Today we'll be discussing recent and upcoming books, art prints, and statues by a variety of artists and companies we all deeply admire. Adam, Sam, if I borrow a line from the Lord of the Nazgul himself, this is your hour.
I'll let Adam go first.
Really good to be here.
Nice to have you, Adam. And Sam, nice to have you as well. I mean, Adam, we've been together on another panel a couple of years ago, but
Yeah.
Sam, is this your first, I suppose, foray into the YouTube world?
Yes, it is, in a way. In a way, for a long time anyway.
Excellent.
So we'll see how it goes.
Well, do you want to maybe kick us off with just a brief, I suppose, explanation or background to what got you into collecting?
Do you want the long version? So you said brief, so I'll give you the short version.
Yeah.
I guess it started really young in terms of collecting. When I was really young, I was into all my little Airfix and micro machines. I don't know if you guys remember those little things.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And I was always, I think my dad told me a story of him and his mates in his attic having all this Airfix World War II stuff set up. And then I think from that point on, I just kind of followed in his footsteps, got into Magic the Gathering. And then I'd always loved Tolkien's works because he'd read me The Hobbit when I was very young. And I had the David Wenzel graphic novel, which I adored. I think I was 4 or 5. And then as soon as the movies came out, they started releasing all these kind of the Toy Biz figures I started off with. And then when Games Workshop started doing their little models for the films, I just forgot about everything else and started collecting those. And then when I got a bit older, things kind of slowed down. Really got to playing rugby and stuff. And then at one point, I think my dad said to me, "You're gonna have to stop collecting all this stuff. It's just gonna gather dust on the shelves. You need to sell it all." So I made a promise to myself I was going to collect every single model in existence for that range, which I've since done, I think, much to his dismay. But then he loves it himself as well. He's just very practical. So yeah, and then since then, I guess my tastes have kind of become a bit more refined and kind of got into the Weta model collecting, strictly the environments. Otherwise, I'd have no money left. And then book collecting. So my main book collections are kind of the Tolkien stuff, but I also like collecting. I'm trying to collect a collection of kind of the greatest authors and things like that and influential books. So yeah, that's kind of my little brief backstory.
Brilliant. And Adam?
All right. Well, brief story. Okay. So I started collecting, I guess you could say, as a kid. It was more so like, really little Power Rangers, Transformers, things like that. And then as I got older, that started to go away. I got really into theater in high school, so I did a lot of acting, musical theater particularly, and a bit of Shakespeare. So I did that mostly as my hobby up until I graduated college and set off on my adult life. As far as Lord of the Rings, I didn't discover that until The Fellowship of the Ring came out in theaters, and I, I didn't really see any trailer. I don't remember really watching any trailers as a kid, but it was like I was playing basketball. We went out to dinner one time, and I think it was an advertisement somewhere at Burger King of all places. And I was like, "Mom, what is Lord of the Rings?" And she's like, "It's a really old book." And I was like, "Oh, okay. Well, that sounds kind of cool." And that Christmas, I actually got The Fellowship of the Ring. It's the paperback trade edition that had Frodo, Elijah Wood, with Sting in his hand, and I devoured that so fast. And then got the next 2 books, and then I read The Hobbit, and I read all of this before I even saw the movie when it came out on DVD. So that started this whole thing. And I didn't really get into collecting anything Lord of the Rings related until much, much later. It was only 4 years ago or so that I was like, Weta actually makes collectibles? And I was just lost. The first one I bought was Gandalf the Grey Pilgrim Classic Series.
Mhm.
And that just, I thought I was going to just buy the Classic Series statues, and then it just, we all know how that goes.
That,
I started going through the back catalog and I started picking up pieces that I was like, this is amazing. And uh, yeah, it's grown quite a bit. So I, like I said, I used to collect a whole bunch of different things. I think before Lord of the Rings statues, it was really like hot toys and stuff, but
yeah,
that got to be too much. You can get lost in that really easily.
yeah,
So I
yeah.
sold that and I sold that whole collection.
Well,
Brilliant.
Yeah.
And I suppose one Weta piece always opens the floodgates, doesn't it? It's kind of
Yeah, yeah.
um,
it
it's
does.
never quite enough. It always needs a companion. That's great. Well, I suppose the what we thought would be really fun is if we have a bit of a discussion on what things are coming in the, I suppose, coming months. So maybe if I share screen, we'll let me just get this set up. See if I can work out how to do PowerPoint and Zoom without crashing. Let's see. Um, Entire screen.
I'm
Can you
glad
see
you're
my
doing
screen
this
okay?
because I couldn't. I am not
Ah,
technologically inclined.
That's okay. Can you see my screen okay? Yeah.
I
yeah,
can, yeah,
I can.
yeah.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Well, we'll start with books as I suppose that's where it all began. So I suppose one thing that is really interesting is this new Hobbit limited edition that is coming in November. Again, Alan Lee, I suppose this is on the back of the folio edition from last year. Um, and I suppose the same way HarperCollins did the deluxe of the Lord of the Rings, this seems to be its pair. Adam, I know you have the deluxe Lord of the Rings, but are you looking to get this one as well, or?
Oh yeah, absolutely. It matches perfectly. I really love the deluxe Lord of the Rings edition. Mine, the pages are so great. The art, of course, it's Alan Lee. But I really want this Hobbit edition. I'm really excited for this because I missed out on the folio editions for both Lord of the Rings and Hobbit. Just couldn't bring myself to pick up the Hobbit if I couldn't get the Lord of the Rings. So this is like a nice sort of meet you in the middle kind of thing, a more affordable option.
Yeah, yeah, I think so. And I guess based on last year's, I suppose the Lord of the Rings, it seemed like Alan Lee has actually done even more stuff than the Folio edition. It certainly the Lord of the Rings had other things that the Folio one doesn't have. So I'm very excited to see what he's done for this one. Sam, are you thinking of getting this one?
Yeah, that was going to be one of my questions because same as Adam, I missed out on the folio, and
Hmm.
then I had the Hobbit one kind of saved, but I was like, I'm not going to buy it because I know I'm not going to get my hands on the folio because there's too many things coming out at the same time.
Yeah,
Yeah, and to get the folio Lord of the Rings, it's like it looks like they're going for like what 3-4 grand now.
yeah, yeah.
It's
So
crazy.
I haven't got the Dulux Lord of the Rings yet, but I'm gonna get it. And obviously I'll get this as well. So they're kind of on my to get list at the moment. But that was going to be one of my questions: is there a major difference then between because obviously I know the folio ones are much bigger probably
Yeah,
and,
yeah,
and
yeah.
taller, but in terms of the art, that's good to know if he's done some extra stuff. It kind of makes me
The,
even
the
more keen.
he,
Yeah.
he yeah, he has, and what is really interesting is some of the images that are on the folio, which are actually quite small. They
Mm.
are printed as full illustrations
Oh
in
wow.
the deluxe. So the little Bridge of Khazad-dûm, for example, which is only a very, very small piece on the folio cover, is
Yeah.
actually a full spread or a full page illustration.
It's quite
But
sneaky of them, isn't it?
it is quite sneaky of them.
Yeah.
But maybe you shouldn't jump onto the deluxe yet, because this is the
Yeah.
next one coming, and
Mm.
I'm a bit puzzled by this one.
Me too.
So
Same,
what are
yeah.
they on about? This is so it looks like it's the same books, but they're limited edition to 1,000. They're signed by Alan Lee, and they come in a what looks like a beautiful clamshell.
I mean, it's a carbon copy, isn't it? But it's just the
Right.
clamshell instead. But I mean, I haven't seen anything that suggests he's done anything extra in terms of this one. I mean, maybe you can. Is that background image on the box? Is that like a new thing that he's done, or is that?
That's a new thing.
I
Yeah,
think that's a new thing. Yeah, yeah.
Because
yeah.
the slipcase for the original edition, it's the Crack of Doom. So it's
So there are little variations, and that's enough for some collectors, isn't it? If there's something different like that,
yeah.
they think, oh, yeah, I'll get this as well.
It is. Yeah,
Um,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. But otherwise, the book seems to be. I mean, there are slight variations. You could see the covers are
Mm,
slightly different. I guess one question is, are they bigger? They haven't released any details on the format.
mm,
So you could see that this one, I think the other ones are, yeah, this one is quarter bound. You could see the kind of blue
Right.
band and slightly kind of smaller offset image. So who knows? For all we know, it might be, a significant upgrade of the paper quality or the binding or the, actual format might be bigger, but we'll
Right.
have to wait and see.
And they're going to be limited edition as well, aren't they?
They will be,
Yeah.
yeah, just
Yeah.
1,000 this time. So
Okay. Yeah.
I guess this one will pair with the Hobbit, and the old one, well, last year's will pair with the new Hobbit. And I
Mhm.
suppose it asks the question, will HarperCollins be doing an Ultimate Hobbit next year? Which seems a bit, never ending, but
I was wondering if they're going to do a Silmarillion, the folio
Oh,
society.
I would love that.
Yeah, to kind of complete the set, because they've obviously got the standard Silmarillion
Yeah.
edition, and then HarperCollins would have to follow suit and be sneaky again,
Mhm.
wouldn't they?
I very much hope so, because all of the past folio sets always have the three. So
Mm.
it will be odd if they don't. Now it seems like because the Silmarillion, the HarperCollins Silmarillion is illustrated by Nasmith.
Yeah.
I don't know whether Folio will
True.
have to do the same, or whether they, compile all of Alan Lee's work on, the Great Tales, Unfinished Tales, and Fall of Numenor, and have this kind of mega compilation of new Silmarillion with
Mm.
his illustrations, which I think will be amazing.
Yeah. It would be nice to see Alan Lee do some really expand his Silmarillion artistic abilities and put them all into a cohesive book that matches with The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings. I'm hoping for that. I don't know what they'll do, but I that's my wish.
Yeah,
I
same here. Yeah.
very much hope so as well. I don't know if you're aware of this one, Doomed to Die. It's it's something that I suppose is releasing in October, and it's a very short book, but
Mhm.
it started off as a Inktober on Instagram, where Tom Racine, I hope I pronounce it rightly, basically started doing these little drawings of deaths in Middle Earth, and it was so popular that HarperCollins has decided to compile them and do them as a little satirical, I suppose, slightly tongue-in-cheek, fun book of all the deaths in Middle Earth and A to Z. Now, whether
Mm.
it's going to be all of them or just an A to Z, I don't know, but they are quite kind of fun and entertaining with the little line at the bottom. I particularly
Oh,
enjoy Celebrimbor.
Celebrimbor.
That's what
Yeah.
uh, oh, Celebrimbor.
Poor Celebrimbor.
I'm a bit on the fence with this one. I mean, I think it's
Yeah.
great. I mean, he's done amazingly well just to come up with something like that, and I love the artwork. But it's one of those things. It's like it's such a deep theme in Tolkien's works. But I
Yeah.
don't necessarily think it's a bad thing to kind of have a more satirical look at things as well. I think there's a place for that.
I, th I think
Yeah.
what's really exciting is that it's something different from
Mhm.
HarperCollins that actually, you know, I mean, we were just talking about the two different versions, one year after the other of The Lord of the Rings. This is something fresh that we haven't really seen, and maybe if it does well, perhaps it will open possibilities for other things that are perhaps some more serious, so others less so. But certainly very exciting.
Yeah.
Um, and I suppose speaking of Alan Lee and the Silmarillion, have you gone for the Christopher Tolkien box set collection? And the kind of this last one, which uh, personally blew my mind
Yeah.
with this slipcase. It is really really something else.
Well, I watched your video that you did on this, and I went online and ordered it straight away. I can tell you that. So I was like, that image on the box is
There
that's
might be a theme throughout this whole
yeah.
thing. Julian made us buy all these things.
Yeah, true. True.
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
amazing. This is
Yeah.
like this alone is just like Alan Lee, please do a Silmarillion, please.
Yeah, yeah.
This is gorgeous. What a great set here.
Yeah.
Well,
It just
speaking
it
of that
sums it up.
image, I mean, it almost feels like Alan Lee Unleashed.
Mhm.
It's I certainly know from interviews that he's done that perhaps there was a bit of reluctance from Christopher Tolkien's part on depicting, some of the more, I suppose, eventful moments, so to speak. So some of the Great Tales previous illustrations tend to be a little bit more mute,
Mhm.
but
Yeah.
it feels like, with Morgoth and Ungoliant and this Turin and Glaurung is just unbelievable.
Oh,
My favorite image of Glauron used to be the one I can't remember who did it when he was coming towards us and Turin was down below him, which I can't
Hmm.
remember who painted that one.
oh yeah.
But this one has probably topped it in
I
my
think
opinion.
this one has topped it for me.
Yeah.
I really love I think it's John Howe. He did
Mm.
a Torin and Glaurung print, but that one is pretty amazing. This one, I agree. I think it's topped it for me. This is incredible.
Yeah. Just
I,
the
I
scope of it.
I agree. I really wish HarperCollins does some of their art posters that they used to do. The kind of the packs of six prints. The John Howe has two sets, I think, and Alan Lee has two sets, and Ted Naismith has one.
Mm.
It would just be this one would just be so powerful to have. Really, really great.
And it's like I love the worm like tail. You don't see how far, how long it goes on for. It's just
Exactly.
yeah,
Keeps
yeah,
going.
yeah. It's
Well,
brilliant.
speaking of art prints, I suppose this next section, I suppose, is a summary or a few recent images that have just appeared, and I thought it would be really fun to have a look at. This one is, I don't know if you follow Ted Naismith on Facebook, but he seems to post all of his private commissions, or most of them at least, that we know of. And this one is his latest one from last month, Departure from Lorien. Uh, I I really love Ted's landscapes. He just has a kind of great American artist, kind of the river school feel for the majestic clouds and vistas and
Mhm.
forests and mountains. And I suppose whenever they're depicting specific moments that are perhaps less famous from the
Impactful.
movies or something, there's just something really, really powerful about them. I don't know if you've seen this one.
I haven't seen this. I'm not on Facebook, so
Hmm.
um, this is new to me. This is incredible, and I agree with you. It's that there's like this American grand vista quality that is in
Hmm.
his
Hmm.
paintings, especially his landscapes. I kind of prefer his landscapes. environments, things like that. When he starts getting into like individuals and characters, I'm so on and with a few of them, but this is incredible, honestly.
Yeah, for me, Ted's stuff always looks so like crisp and bright and like really panoramic. It's you I always feel like his art, the way it differs to the others is like I feel like you've almost stepped into that kind of fairy realm that Tolkien kind of wrote
Hmm.
about. Whereas like Lee, I'd say Lee's my favorite, but his
Mm.
seems much more mythic, like you're watching kind of an ancient kind of mythology. But I always love the colors on Ted's Nasmith. They just kind of pop. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, and I like the fact you said, yeah, he does those scenes that maybe that the others like wouldn't necessarily paint, um, which I
Well,
really like.
so
Yeah.
this next one is, as far as I can tell, I think this is the last
Mm,
one before this, and again, it's another scene that is, like not depicted in the movies, which is, I
mm,
suppose, less popular in that sense, or less well known to folks that are, I suppose, not as aware with the books. But this is the planting of the Malorn tree from Lothlorien into the Shire after the scouring.
mm,
And I just love the colors of this and the kind of that pastoral nature. He just does so well, and I was really delighted that he won the Tolkien Society award this year for his, the one where Gandalf drives the cart into the Shire.
mm.
It's so beautiful, and I think that this feels like that as well.
You can really, I look at this and I just think I hear like gosh, what's that music? It's Aaron Copland.
Hmm.
What is it? Oh, I can't remember it off the top of my head, but I can just hear that music in my head when I look at some of his paintings, the last two in particular. So yeah, this is really gorgeous.
I'm going to play devil's advocate a little bit,
Hmm.
Okay.
but only because I think the amazing thing about these artists is that rarely do we get to see, like, everyone's got their own vision, particularly people that kind of read the books, I guess, first, has their own vision of obviously what Middle Earth is like. I think
Mhm.
the magical thing is that we get these guys are almost gifting us their own visions of what
Yeah.
they believe Middle Earth to look like. Um, but for me, if I think of the Shire, like particularly just because of where I'm from and where I live, like the area around me, like the Midlands
Hmm.
area is kind of, I see the Shire here. That to me, if I'm thinking of like England particularly, that looks like the Peak Districts to me
Hmm.
more than the Midlands. So like, but I think it's stunning, and I think it's obviously something that's he's given everyone his vision of what he thinks the Shire is like, and particularly the Malorn tree there, and it ties in well with the other painting he's done, and I love the colors again.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
that's just a
Yeah.
personal choice for me.
yeah.
I don't dislike it at all, but yeah,
No.
yeah.
It's amazing how much like where like you said, where like
Mm,
we read the books or saw the movies, how much like our home from
mm,
that time kind of influences how we kind of see Middle Earth.
yeah,
I know my hometown, back I lived in Massachusetts as a kid.
yeah,
I lived in a very hilly mountainous sort of area, and it very much influenced my view of what the Shire is for sure. Small town,
mhm,
a lot of greenery, a lot of trees, big kind of sweeping vistas.
yeah,
Yeah, it's kind of close to how I always imagined the Shire, honestly.
yeah, nice.
I think that's part of the magic of it, really, with even the way I mean, you'll both be aware, even the naming of things.
Hmm.
Like whenever Tolkien talks about the old forest, like
Yeah,
there might be an old forest that he has in his mind,
yeah,
but every forest that you've been in could be in some ways, is that a bit of the old forest? And I love the way that each of these artists has their own interpretation of it.
yeah,
And to me, the more the merrier. It is just so wonderful to see,
mm,
again, other minds and hands touching this world and expanding on it, or, I suppose illuminating a little bit the way they see it. So it's all really good. And which brings us to another favorite artist of mine, which is, of course, Donato Giancola. The uh, he is I know he lives in Brooklyn. I'm not sure whether he is from Brooklyn, but he certainly, to my mind, one of the other great American painters working within Middle Earth. And I don't know if you've seen the Morgai Torrance piece that he's released. And I think prints are available of this one, but it is another of his kind of classical, almost Renaissance quality of
Yeah.
his depictions and characterizations. It's really gorgeous.
Yeah, this is
Oh,
new
I
to this
love
is new
that.
to me as well. Yeah,
That's new to me too. Yeah,
yeah,
I haven't seen this yet.
yeah. That's
Brilliant.
awesome.
It is really really interesting. The Tower of Kirisongol and
Hmm.
Sam and Frodo escaping into the Morrigai Vale. It is gorgeous. Um, and I've done a little, I suppose, assembly of some of the process here that Donato had kindly shared on a website called Muddy Colors. And I will probably put a link in the description to that as well. But this is his kind of workings for his Argonath piece, which is also available in print. And I have to say it is stunning.
Yeah,
Um,
I love this.
Oh, wow.
it is kind of amazing. The detail and the tones and the colors are just unbelievable. And I love
You
the
can
way that
tell
he
which,
does the
yeah,
scale.
you
Yeah.
can
Mhm.
tell which character's which as well in the boats, which I quite like.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
And of course, he is very strict with his, I suppose, book accuracy.
Hmm.
So they're holding access, and it's Isildur and Anarion,
Nice.
but the detail is kind of incredible.
Oh, wow, the birds.
Yeah, the birds look
Yeah.
terrific. Oh,
Oh, is that a deliberate thing that he's put 7 birds on there?
I think so. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. It is.
Yeah,
good catch.
yeah, around
Yeah.
the head. Yeah, yeah, around the crown. I like that. Those little
Yeah.
touches. Yeah, I love things like that. It's a good comparison because I've got the Weta art print right above the screen.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah, yeah. So it's yeah, I really like it.
Yeah, it's much more, like you said, book accurate.
Yeah,
Eh, Again, just if you want to talk about, it's not exactly what you imagine, but it's like evoking all the right
Yeah.
elements that really stick out to book readers and movie lovers, I think. So,
you can almost
Exactly.
tell again with these. It's like very much tell the way he's done them is that they've been carved out of the rock as well
yeah.
and the
Yeah.
mountain. Yeah, yeah. He's done an awesome job there.
I think
Uh,
this is the really interesting thing of having different artists depicting the same moments, that
yeah,
each of them has their own version, and kind of all of us have our own versions in our heads as well.
Mhm.
And it's just beautiful to have these options, rather than just, I suppose, the movie versions, which are, stunning as they are.
yeah. And the Argonath's been done so many times as well. So the fact
It's
he's
true.
managed to do that and come up with something that I'd say probably looks original. Yeah, he's done
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
awesome. Yeah,
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 exactly. Another great artist working in this field, different style. This is a much more kind of hyper realistic style. But
Mhm.
Adam, you've just received this set.
I
Um,
did.
um, I wonder, I have the Smaug print. I don't have the other two, but Jerry van der Stelt is another amazing artist. What's your impression of these in hand?
So in hand, they're terrific. I always wanted, especially the Balrog and Smaug prints, but I didn't really want them to be huge prints. And so I kind of just put that on the back burner for a while. And then for San Diego Comic-Con this year, he's doing this exclusive three-piece, much more manageable size, 12 by 16
Hmm.
uh, prints of all three of them. And I was like, wow, I'll jump on that because I've got Smaug, I've got a Balrog, yeah, obviously I've got a whole Ring Wraith corner over here. Uh, and this will work really well, leaves me a lot of room for other art. And it's $40
Oh wow.
USD.
Amazing. Yeah.
Really good deal. Now, with the way shipping and stuff is going right now, I heard someone who's in Germany shipping was like $80, which, whew, if you,
Goodness.
it's great, but it's not that great. Okay, if
Hmm.
hopefully
Hmm.
you can get a better deal. Hopefully something comes along in the future where shipping rates get a little bit better. But for $40 USD, if you're kind of close by, or if your country's offering a better deal, I think it's worth it. You're getting three great prints. I've got my first Jerry print was Rivendell, and
Hmm.
that's
Hmm.
gorgeous. Like you couldn't ask for a more iconic, to use that word,
Hmm.
iconic sort of look at the last homely house east of the sea. It's amazing. It's one of my favorite pieces of art. And having these in hand, the paper quality is terrific. It was shipped great. Jerry's a professional,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
his website is, really easy to navigate. And I think you'll be very happy with whatever you decide you want to get. But this is a deal that's going on until the last day of September. He extended it for another month.
Hmm. Hmm.
So,
Nice.
yeah.
Oh, wicked. I
Sam,
think
have you seen these before? Yeah.
I have seen them, yeah. I think I have the same view as Adam. My favorite ones are the Balrog and the Smaug.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
But I think it might be because that Nazgul image is really familiar. I feel like I've seen it elsewhere, a similar image
Yeah. Yeah.
that he's kind of like based it on. And that might be why the other two are a
Yeah.
bit more fresh. But I mean, I can't decide which one is my favorite out of the two. I mean, the Smaug one just looks epic. There's just the way all the trees are burning. It's almost like the smog from the fire has like made the clouds kind of black.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's yeah. No, these are wicked. It's almost like a screenshot from straight out of the movie, isn't it?
It
Yeah.
is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
They are the detail on them is
yeah,
unbelievable.
yeah.
And another print that was recently released, this is by Alvaro Jimenez, who I haven't seen other work before, but this seems like a really interesting kind of new take. It's clearly the movie version, but it is I really enjoy the composition of this one.
Ah, he's got it.
I got it right here.
Nice.
Brilliant.
Uh,
Yeah, love it.
yeah,
Yeah, I like this one. Yeah,
it's
you go, Adam.
fantastic.
Yeah,
Uh, what a moment, yeah, even in the books.
Mm,
First moment where you really get to experience the Black Rider and no one knows like what it really is. It's just this mysterious figure. It's great. It really picks that up perfectly.
and he looks massive as well,
yeah,
compared to which is
Huge.
yeah,
great. And I love the just the detail of like the falling like leaves, but it's almost like they've literally died as he's approached.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
It's great. Yeah.
yeah,
Very, very
Yeah,
nice. Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
And I think the horse is, I always find I'm a bit picky when it comes to paintings of horses, but this one seems really, really well done.
it is. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, it's awesome details.
And this one is available on Sideshow, isn't it?
it is. Sideshow Collectibles. They have three options to buy it. I
Hmm.
think the one that I bought, which was just the print, no frame, it's on wait list, but I think they're getting more pretty soon. So
Excellent.
yeah,
Is it 200
Um,
limited? I think, wasn't it?
200 limited. Yeah.
Yeah.
right. Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, speaking of limited, Weta have started this new line of art cards, which are, I think they're A5 size,
Hmm.
and they've released two so far. They're limited to 1,379, which seem to be throw a little bit of confusion among some folks. But It's basically the number of rings, but
Okay.
that's all that it is. It's not
Cool.
We're not
it,
only doing 20 characters.
yes, yeah. As far as I can tell, it's unlimited in terms
Mhm.
of characters, but each of the cards is limited to 1379.
Okay. Cool.
And they are
Yeah.
very nice. I really enjoy the kind of Art Nouveau style.
Mhm.
There's very, I suppose, Alphonse Mucha echoes. Um, Adam, you've got both of them. I've only got the first one yet, but what do you think? They seem to pair really well with the series, with the classic series.
They do. Aragorn is picture perfect, pretty much the CS Aragorn.
Hmm
And in hand, they're beautiful.
hmm
There's a really nice quality to them. They're shipped very well. I know a lot of people are worried about that, shipping a card all the way from New Zealand, but they do very well.
Yeah.
Uh, I've had no issues with either one. Galadriel, I think, is my favorite of the
hmm
two. Aragorn's really well done, but this one right here, just Galadriel is just it's perfect for me. I it's just a pure and simple great image of the
Yeah.
Lady of Lothlorien. She did a great job, and I'm excited to see her future work.
I think the thing that doesn't come across as well in these images is the kind of reflective sheen to those borders. The gold border on Aragorn is it really catches the light very, very beautifully. So I look forward to seeing Galadriel in hand and I suppose seeing that kind of silvery reflective border as
It's
well.
very nice. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
I like the
Well,
fact they've included a lot of all the important things about each character that you can kind of identify them by as well, even in the background
yeah,
exactly.
and
I
yeah,
think
different
some of the
environments.
backgrounds are
Yeah,
like Lothlorien in the background, and then Aragorn, it's Rivendell. It's really nice.
yeah.
Well, I very much hope that this is gonna be a classic series statue in the making because it's kind of perfect for Galadriel. And speaking of statues,
Yeah.
let's move on to the third, I suppose, category, and we have to talk about the magnificent Masters collection, which I have to say, to my surprise, was sold out in like 49 minutes, was it?
I was surprised. Yeah, it was like less than an hour for sure, but like 50 minutes it was gone.
Yeah, yeah. And I mean, just an incredible array of artists working on this. I wonder whether the year break that they took was, I suppose, specifically because this was such a monumental project
Yeah.
with so many people involved, and that promotional video that they released
Mm.
really I thought was excellent. The kind of sense of fellowship within the workshop. It was really really good.
It's obvious they've put a lot of thought into it, even to the point when they said how they try to capture what each character is about, which I really like. But I mean, did either of you guys go for this one, or did you
No.
not? No.
No, no.
So
Yeah.
I tried.
Did you
I
try?
tried to
Okay.
budget. I was like,
Mm.
let's see what happens. Obviously, we didn't know the price. I had a feeling it was going to be about 5,000.
Hmm.
Uh, and I was pretty much spot on. And then there was just no way. It wasn't even a matter of space or anything like that. It was just, I can't do this right now. And there's other stuff that's going to come.
Yeah.
This would lock me up for a good long time.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I
I
mean, I'm
that,
glad
that
it made me glad that. Sorry, Julian, you go because
no,
yeah,
go
you
ahead.
answer.
Yeah, go
I
ahead.
was going to say it made me glad that I don't collect the character models because I was like, but if I did have to, I mean, it would probably been one I could have passed on anyway because I mean, for me, I'm sure they thought about doing the iconic Fellowship in a line,
Hmm.
on the hill, but it's probably the amount of space it would take up, so they decided to obviously go
Yeah.
vertically as well. But it's just
Yeah.
it is stunning. It is stunning. I think it's so difficult to capture the character models in a way that will satisfy everyone as well,
Yeah.
and so many people as well. The movie, as amazing as it is, for so many people, the characters in the movie won't always reflect how they imagine the characters in their
Right.
Yeah.
minds. I mean, I still imagine some characters when I'm reading the book to be completely different at times
Oh yeah.
to the look in
Mm-hmm.
the movie.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I do love it. I do love it. Just a lot of money.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the money was certainly a
Mm,
significant barrier, but I also had some reservations around
mm,
the arrangement.
mm,
I completely understand why they went for the kind of fully vertical
mm.
spiral, but I think it is a pity that you have to have a turntable, basically.
Mhm.
Otherwise, you're not really able to see everybody. Having said that, each individual moment is really beautiful and really tells a story. But I did struggle with the stair. Suppose a different stair may have worked better for me, but I suppose at that price it would have been very difficult to make it work anyway.
Yeah.
Right.
But one thing that I noticed as I was looking at these and was delighted when they released the kind of full set, but I really liked I love the idea that Boromir is helping all of the hobbits,
Mm,
Yeah.
and in the arrangement that Boromir is actually sort of behind suggests that he's already helped all the other ones go above, and he's just waiting for Sam before he moves forward, which seemed really a nice detail.
that's a good spot.
Um,
Yeah.
Those little moments are really great, especially like you said, Boromir. It really captures everybody really nicely.
yeah.
Uh, this is one of the, so I've heard people say like Gandalf doesn't quite, I think the likeness is it's quite good. I think the hat is throwing it off for me. It's a bit droopy.
It is a
Uh,
bit droopy, yes, yeah,
and
yeah,
it's kind of throwing off the vibe. I don't know if that's just me or I think a couple of other people might agree, but I know there's been a lot of talk about likenesses, not only with
yeah.
Gandalf, but I think really the only one I had an issue initially with was Pippin.
Hmm.
Uh, I remember I saw it and I was like, is that John Lennon? Like I thought it was one of the Beatles. I'm like, and then I think it was just lighting. I'm over it now. Really,
Yeah.
the worst likeness, if you could say worst,
Hmm.
Gollum, his nose is a little off.
Yeah,
It's a little hooked and pointy. But I'm really nitpicking.
yeah.
Overall, they did tremendous work. There, I wish I could have gotten this, but
Mm.
it's yeah, there's just a few little things here and there if we're going to really be critical. But that I think is the worst likeness out of the bunch of them. But even
Which is kind of weird because he is in some ways he's the digital character, you
Yeah.
sure,
know.
yeah, yeah, it should
Um,
have been a kind of more literal translation.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
I'm not sure they did made the right choice with his expression.
yeah.
Right.
It almost looks like he's primed to attack, but then I guess he's got a bit of a history with Aragorn, so maybe that's why.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah, but
Okay, we'll see.
I think that's probably the best depiction I've seen of Aragorn in terms. I
Yeah.
think that Weta have done. I think because Vigo's such a he's got that kind of very unique, very handsome guy, Vigo.
Mm,
Yeah, I find it's been difficult to kind of capture him in a lot of models,
Yeah.
but they've done a really good job there. And Gimli as well. I love the fact that you can just almost see the
yeah.
heartbreak in his face,
Oh, yeah.
which is a really nice touch there.
Tugs on the
Yeah.
heartstrings.
Yeah.
I think Gimli, Legolas, Aragorn,
Mm.
if they were on their own as a little classic series, that would be I couldn't press the button quicker, really. It would
Yeah.
be they would be so good. And I hope we get them soon. Gimli, they have with this model, I suppose they've got such a great base.
Mhm.
The Boromir they released recently is fantastic. So I really hope they follow with the rest of the Fellowship and including the ever problematic hobbits. Um, but I really hope we get them.
Yeah, they'll do the three hunters at some point.
That
Yeah,
would be great. Yeah, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
Aragorn's already in the kind of three hunters pose.
Mm,
he
So
is.
all we really need is Gimli and Legolas to be in
yeah,
that
true.
same kind of moment. So
True.
I think this little composition of Gandalf and Frodo as well, if that could be separated out on a little
Mm.
stand, would just be
That's
so
so
nice.
good.
It is really astonishing.
Yeah, yeah,
And they've done a little
it's
message as well, haven't they, for people at the bottom in the
They
Dwarvish?
have, yeah, yeah.
yeah, very sweet. I don't remember what it was. Someone translated, a couple people did. I don't remember what it says, but basically it's just Weta thanking collectors for being on this journey with them, and it's very sweet.
And what do you think? I mean, I suppose the price we've touched upon briefly, but do you think that now sets the price for the next one, or do you think they'll revert to something more, well, if affordable, if 3,000 is affordable, or 2,500, but
I mean, you guys know better than me, but what were the prices of the last kind of Masters collections?
Uh, Salvation at Mount Doom, wasn't it like 35,
yeah,
something
something
around
like
there?
that. Yeah, in
Um,
pounds, it came to about 2.2 to about 2,000,
gotcha.
which, whilst still being a huge amount of money, it did feel like more, possible with the payment plan. But 5,000 just seems very, very much.
I
I
think
think
it's the amount of characters that are in it as well. I think it's probably how they're going
Yeah,
to justify it. Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
The environment, the 10 characters, yeah, it's
Mm.
I can see it. Too rich for my blood, but I understand the
yeah,
reasoning.
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
it certainly made sense for this particular one. I just hope it doesn't set the bar for the
I
next
don't
ones.
think so. I
Um,
think they said the next one they're hinting will be much more in line with what came before.
that's
Uh,
good. Yeah, yeah,
so
that's great.
and according to some, it's going to be incredible, whatever it is. So
Excellent. Yes, yeah,
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 I'm excited to see.
yeah. I very much look forward to it as well. Well, we've got another year to wait for that, but
Yeah,
uh, I suppose speaking of waiting, and maybe this and the Masters collection both have this new tease format that Weta have, which I actually wrote to them to just say it's really, really nice to have these because we've known about Cirith Ungol since February. We've known
Mm.
about the Green Dragon since February, and we've
mhm,
had, 7 months of the little puzzle of the Masters collection.
yeah,
And it does make a huge difference and it does help a lot. So Cirith Ungol, pretty much as soon as it was announced in that kind of early stage newsletter,
Mm.
you can immediately know, right, this is what I'm going for. And
yeah.
I'm really excited for this one.
Yeah.
Me too. I've been waiting on this one for a long time. I was like, how have they not done Cirith Ungol yet? And the details are again limitless on this. The digital
Yeah.
sculpting that they're doing is amazing. The little rust lines, I love it. I love the rotting of the tower. You can see the influence of like Shelob being nearby.
Mhm.
It's really, really cool.
They got the little Gondorian helmet as well, don't they? At the top, or the not the
Yeah,
helmet,
yeah.
yeah, like the
Yeah, yeah.
so you can tell obviously it used to be Gondorian, and I think they've even done a little part of the stairs behind.
Yeah,
behind it.
Really
is
nice.
it here or maybe it's around here,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
it is. I think that kind of rust the idea of the. I think John Howe probably originated that with his kind of Minas Morgul illustrations, but this idea of the metal that's been, crudely clasped onto the Gondorian, fine masonry structure.
yeah,
It is such a great kind of visual way to describe the kind of corruption of Sauron and his, I suppose, world and forces. It's really, really beautiful.
like gradual decay. Yeah, it
Yeah,
looks
yeah,
perfect, doesn't
I
it?
think he compared it to like going to the dentist and getting like a metal cap on your
yeah.
teeth or something. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
It is really wonderful. I'm really excited for this one. And the
I know there's
little
been some
watchers.
concern,
Mhm.
isn't there? There's been a little bit of concern about the some of the parts. I think there was one of the pictures, one of the little horns had like broken off, or the little spikes had broken off.
Right,
In the
yes.
actual picture, I think the Weta put up, so loads of people were like, "Oh, if it's broken in their in their advertising, then it's going to be worrying for everyone." So yeah, I just hope if they ship it well. I mean, they usually do.
Yeah. I
So
mean,
yeah,
with those little, I mean, I'm just looking at the Minas Morgul one. With those little spikes, there's just
mm,
so many that,
Yeah.
they probably just haven't spotted that something had,
yeah,
chipped.
true.
But it is those little spikes. I don't know how they kind of,
Mm,
they must be really difficult to protect because they are so fragile.
I
true.
know the Black Gate because that thing is covered in spikes,
It
and
is, yeah, yeah,
Mm,
any wrong look at it, you could probably break something off. It was packed very well. There was
yeah.
nothing broken, so
yeah.
I think it'll be fine.
Did you guys have either of you guys have Kyle's Kirathungal Kyle from the Flame of, do you know Kyle from the
I
No.
don't know.
No, I mean,
The only thing from Kyle I have is
yeah,
his Sameth Now.
because Kyle stuff's awesome. And I had Kyle's Kirathungal, so I was like, I
Mhm.
don't need this. And then when I saw it, I was like, oh no. I was like, I'm gonna have to get it as well.
Thought
So
about it
yeah,
overnight. Oh,
yeah, I know it's one of those, but it's yeah, it's very impressive. So I was pretty much straight away convinced, yeah, I'm gonna have to get this one as well. And I think that the little bridge and having the fact they've got the bridge and the stairs in it as well has just sold me.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Um, we'll maybe touch very briefly on the Watchers and the kind of these statues that I mean were so beautifully designed in the movies. And I know many of us have said it for many years, but it would be amazing if Weta started a line of all of these statues and moments that are part in large bits of environment that I just feel would be such a great addition to their kind of range. Whether
Mhm.
it's the gargoyles from the Minas Morgul Bridge or the Gate of Minas Tirith or
Mm.
these the Watchers at Kirisongo or even the headless king with the crown of
Yeah.
flowers.
Crossroads.
I mean,
Mhm.
those would just be stunning, environments.
Doors of the
Um,
Dead would be another one.
Doors of the Dead, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, they could
um,
almost do almost like gates and entrance ways, couldn't they? Or
yeah,
different
yeah,
ones. Because they could almost do one for every single, you know, faction.
Yeah, everywhere.
yeah.
So
Even the Bree one could be really fun
mm,
with the two doors and that kind of watchtower or
yeah, true.
guardhouse.
I'm still hoping for a full Brie environment, but I don't know if we'll get
Oh,
Oh,
that.
that would be something
Yeah,
special, yeah.
maybe we'll
Do you
do.
have the old prancing pony or?
I don't. It's one of the few environments I've not managed to get, and it's
Mhm.
kind of because when it's on, whenever I've seen it online, it's just going for well over $1,000. So I'm kind of like, oh,
Yeah,
it's
can't quite
crazy.
justify it enough.
and it
But
is tiny.
yeah, it's one of the small ones. So yeah, hopefully in the future.
So the next, I suppose, environment we know and we have a date for is the Green Dragon, and these kind of most recent images are really exciting, I think.
Yeah.
I don't collect the Hobbit, kind of the Shire environments. So I think I will be passing this one. But it just feels like a rabbit hole that you can go down and collect all of those,
Yeah.
Hobbit holes and the bridge and the mill and the Green Dragon and
I mean,
when the
I think
I've
that's
villains.
yeah. I've got them all. And so it's gonna have to find space. I'm like looking at my shelf. I'm like, my bag end takes up an entire shelf pretty much, and I've kind of
yeah.
surrounded it with Hobbit holes. And I'm like, where am I gonna put the Green Dragon? Because I've got the original Green Dragon, which is really nice.
Mhm.
So yeah, we don't know the size yet, do we?
We don't, we
No.
can sort of
Yeah,
gauge it, but
yeah.
it seems like the bridge will be possibly, or parts of the bridge might be part of it. So
Yeah.
I wonder if I wonder if it's going to connect to the end of the bridge. So this is going to cause problems, this environment.
yeah.
But I mean, my only criticism of this is that I wish they'd maybe separated the Cirith Ungol and this, given it a bit more time. I can't remember the date when Cirith Ungol came out. Just
June-ish, May.
was it
June-ish,
June? Yeah,
yeah.
they're a bit too close together for my budget.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna have to see what I can do. And we
Yeah.
don't. It's not limited edition yet, is it? Or
It is
I think it
limited
is.
is.
edition.
Yeah.
Oh, they
Yeah,
said they
yeah,
both were, didn't they? Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
I
Curious
don't.
Ungo is still available, so perhaps,
Yeah,
perhaps,
that's what's giving me a bit of hope.
yeah.
Yeah, I think this one will. I don't think this will sell out super fast.
Mhm.
Again, I kind of kick myself some days for not getting the large bag end.
Yeah.
But that's like the only one from the Shire that I'm like, if I had to have something, it'd be that. I do have the small open
Mhm.
edition bag end from a few years ago, but this Green Dragon, it looks amazing. I don't think I'll be getting it myself.
Mhm.
It's not high on my list of environments that I need to have. But
Yeah.
I think it's amazing. I think whoever gets this will be pretty happy.
Yeah, I'll let you guys know when.
I'm
Yeah,
Looking forward
excited.
to the
yeah,
reviews. Yes, yeah.
I
yeah.
can't wait.
Just I suppose to conclude some of the Weta San Diego Comic Con releases, this little miniature Aragorn was released, and as with most of their recent miniatures, my first thought is, why is this not 1/6 scale? But
Yeah,
I think this is one of their best miniatures.
they're getting better with Vigo.
They are,
Yeah,
yes,
they
yeah,
are.
They
Yeah.
yeah.
are getting even on a mini scale. When I saw this, I was like, oh no. Now with the Mumak that's coming out and they're doing Legolas. They already
Yeah.
have mini Gimli. Now I have to buy them all. And I definitely think I might pick this up. It's really, really fantastic. This is what you want in an Aragorn statue.
Mm.
Um, that windswept look, it could have gone really corny
Yeah.
and sculpted really weirdly, but it's done very well. They did a good job.
I'm
Brigitte
gonna.
is just a
Yeah.
master. Yeah.
Is this the moment when the Army of the Dead's behind him?
Coming off the ship.
Yeah. Yeah.
Off the ship, yeah. I mean, my only slight criticism with it is when I picture that scene in my head. I'll have to watch the scene again.
Hmm.
He looks slightly different in my
Hmm.
mind. It's almost like
Sure.
I feel like his hair is coming more in front of his face in the moment,
Yeah.
when he's walking. But then maybe when he gets closer, I can't remember. It
Hmm.
looks
He
more like
does
the
kind
yeah,
of like lean into a run, and I
yeah,
think this
yeah,
is that moment where he's like now running. You can almost
yeah.
imagine the ghosts behind
Just
him.
appeared and yeah. I wonder if
Yeah.
they'll. It would be cool if they started to release some Army of the Dead things that they could put
Mini
behind it.
ghosts, a
Yeah, the
mini
mini
army of
ghost.
the. That would
Yeah,
be great. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That would be cool. You could have him there on the shelf. Yeah. Mm.
Well, speaking of ghosts, we've got the a new skull, and this is a skull of a Mumak, and I
Mhm.
have to say, I have been quite on the fence with the skull line,
Mm.
but this one is really cool. I I found there's something really interesting about it. I'm not sure whether I'll pick it up, but it's just so characterful that it might just tempt me.
Yeah, I get that. It's uh, I'm not a huge. I don't have any skulls. I get what Weta wants to do with it. It's not really my cup of tea.
Hmm.
I think the more bestial
Mm.
skulls are more effective than like the orcs or golem. Um, like I think they've done the Balrog, so that's a really cool one. The Mumak is really nice. The Fell Beast is kind of cool. Um, Again, not really my thing, but I love their enthusiasm for it for sure.
Do you have any skulls, Julian, on yours?
I don't, and I mean the first batch of them certainly wasn't overly keen on, but
Mhm.
the Balrog one that was subsequently released is really cool.
Hmm.
Yeah,
And the Fell Beast one I really like, and the Cave Troll one, and the
yeah.
Warg one, and there is a Warg one, isn't it? That one in the middle,
There's a warg,
Mm.
yeah.
and now the Mumakil. I mean, the thing that for me is the kind of struggle is that I don't feel I don't feel that kind of Middle Earth quality
Mm.
in them. I do because I don't associate the works of Tolkien with skulls in particular.
Mm.
And whilst they are beautiful as objects, I haven't quite kind of got to the point with them where I can go, yeah, I can maybe get some of them. But I mean, they are as little anatomical studies. They
Mm.
are really remarkable, and I suppose they just really show the amount of thought that had gone into the design of each of those creatures,
Yeah.
that they
Yeah.
are believable,
Mm.
real, kind of as real as they can be. Now, I did see on Facebook, Weta had commented whether that was, I suppose, a little tease, but there might be a Smaug skull
Yeah,
coming,
I
Mm.
remember that.
and that might be push me over the edge. I think that might be the one to go for, but yeah,
It's an interesting one, yeah, because I'm not keen on the skulls, but I
yeah.
understand it as well. It's like it depends on the look you want to your collection. If you kind of want this ancient kind of museum, and it's that whole idea of that it was a real place and treating it like a real kind of history.
Yeah.
But I'd be interested to know if anyone who collects the helmets, did they see the skulls as kind of just another aspect of that line,
Hmm.
to go along, because obviously these characters don't have helmets, so it's just like, yeah, I wonder if that's kind of a part of the idea of it as well. But I don't know if they're the same scale as the helmets as well.
think I
Yeah.
think I don't know. I think the beasts are maybe not as big as they would be compared to
Mm.
other characters. So
Mm.
the
Yeah.
Balrog is obviously undersized.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
yeah.
but
I think that that's actually one of the things that does slightly throw me off this line, that I wish that they were at least a consistent scale.
Mm.
Mhm.
Because then
Full
it
scale
fe
Balrog skull. Epic film. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I guess I think the Golem one is, they seem to be maybe 1/4 or 1/5 or 1/6 or something, but
Yeah.
the I just don't know. I haven't seen them in hand.
No.
I'll perhaps at a future sale I might be tempted, but
And I can't
for
necessarily
now,
guess which one's which either. Like,
among these kind of the bottom four,
yeah, like is that one on the right lurts, and then
Yeah.
and
I
yeah,
think that's words.
I can't tell which is the one on the far left.
I think this is just an orc.
Is it an orc?
Um,
Orcs. Yeah.
and I
Yeah.
think this is a Moria kind of goblin and
Cool.
golem. But
Yeah.
I think that the upper row of these is more interesting somehow to me.
Mm.
But yeah, very, very interesting.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Well, while we're looking at the cave troll, um, there's been another cave troll that was released last month, or this month actually, 10 days ago. I don't know if any of you collect any of the Prime 1 statues, but I thought we should have a look at this as well.
It is
I
awesome.
it's and I'm going to say I am impressed that this
Yeah,
is as cheap as it is.
yeah.
The price was not bad for what you're getting here. Comparatively, I can't remember. It's like
Was
3,500,
about 3,000, yeah, yeah.
3,000, 35, something like that. And it's
Oh
huge.
wow. Yeah, it's massive.
It is deep. And if space were not a problem, I would be tempted, but it's big.
Like, I mean, that is a museum kind of
Yeah,
scale. I mean, a depth of 110.
yeah.
That is a bespoke kind of plinth required. Um,
It's
Trying to
amazing.
imagine if I could even. No, I don't think I could get it on.
No. Let's all look.
No. Yeah. Yeah.
you can
Oh
have it in
man.
between your environments, just smashing all of them.
Yeah. The only thing with the Prime 1 things is just that a little bit messy for my liking, if that makes
Yeah,
sense.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. But I think that's the idea of them, isn't it?
Sure.
I tend to find their bases really busy, but this one
Yeah.
somehow has managed to keep it consistent and kind of calm,
Yeah.
even color wise.
hmm Yeah, look at that.
It's uncanny.
It's
Yeah.
really great. I I think there's a few collectors that are definitely buying this. They opted for this over
Hmm.
the Master Collection piece, and I think you're going to be very happy with what you're getting. The orcs look terrific.
They really
Uh,
do. Yeah,
The orcs
yeah.
look awesome. Yeah.
I remember a few years ago when Prime One was just launching this, I got excited. I was like, that
Mm.
Sauron looks so good. And I wasn't really as I wasn't
Enthused.
perceiving like the
Mhm.
inherent like, that's not quite right. Like I wasn't quite
Mm.
there. I just thought it looked cool.
Mm.
So I did at one point pre-order Sauron, and then after a couple of uh payments, I was like, you know what? Weta's doing theirs, and that looks a lot better. I think I'm going to drop this.
Mm.
Yeah.
Um, and I just haven't gone back to Prime One, but it is impressive what they've done with this line. One of the things you got to be aware of with Prime One too is they take a long time to get things out.
Mm.
So just bear that in mind. You will eventually get it. They're very reliable, but it does take time.
I think this is scheduled for 27, if I'm not
Yeah,
mistaken.
yeah,
So it is a kind of long-term, purchase. They're not in a hurry, and it
no.
comes in 6 boxes, I think, or seven
Oh wow.
boxes,
I think they
and I
said
mean
5 or
70
6.
kilograms or something. So, and there are two options: the kind of the
Yeah.
swappable part,
Do you
um,
guys like the fact they do swappable parts?
I do
Oh,
occasionally.
Yeah.
yeah, it depends on maybe the company and maybe the piece. For this piece, I don't know if they really had to go that route, but hey, more options are always good for people.
Mm.
Why not?
I think
Yeah,
in the grand scheme of things, it's so small that it almost feels like they should have just thrown it in as a kind of little,
Mm.
add-on. I don't really see a difference between
Mm.
the regular and the bonus that, is so significant compared
yeah,
to others, like the Sauron one. The bonus one is the alternative sword rather than the
yeah,
mace,
Oh,
which
interesting.
seems more interesting. But this one, it just feel like we, just throw the helm in and just have one piece for everyone.
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of swappable heads, here's another head.
Oh my gosh.
Um, and this is the DarkSide Azog,
hmm
who is finally um, close to shipping. We've seen the factory photographs, and I mean, Adam, both you and I have their Witch King, and I'm really excited about this one.
Yeah.
I haven't got it pre-ordered,
No.
but the more I look at it, the more I'm kind of worried, let's say.
Yeah. So I first of all, it looks great, and the production photos, the behind the scenes, they look terrific. I haven't dived in on this one yet. I'm still debating on that. I might wait for it to go on sale. It doesn't seem like they sell out crazy fast. Um, I have some qualms with DarkSide.
Mhm.
Uh,
Have you
I,
got
I
your print yet?
I'm still waiting on my print.
Oh,
It did not come in the box, and the retailer has been great. I bought it through Spec Fiction
mhm.
here in the States, and Todd has been fantastic. He's very communicative, um, but it's still shipping, and they said it's coming from China, so it might be another month.
Oh man.
Right.
And if there's nothing, I'm going to reach out again and be like, where's this art print? What can we
Yeah.
do? But I'm upset with DarkSide for not including the prints with whatever stock that they send out to retailers. Um, it seems like that's been an issue, not only with me, I think other people have had similar issues. Um, so I want my print. But as far as Azog is concerned, um, I think he looks great. I love, the option to have a really bloody Thror's head
Mhm.
or a more clean
Yeah.
beheading of Thror. And I obviously love that John Howe is a part of this. Um, the
Uh,
problem with Darkseid is that they've got a whole lineup apparently, but I don't think we're going to see very much more
Hmm.
from them unless something dramatic happens in the near future.
I feel like they maybe chose, I think The Witch King was a good start, but I'm
Yeah.
not sure that having the kind of Last Alliance Elven Warrior as their third piece, and even Azog, to be honest, as their second piece was the right
Hmm.
choice. I feel like they could have had a better, I suppose, step forward if they had selected a slightly different first and second, or second and third piece. They revealed a Gil-galad piece, which to my mind looks absolutely astonishing. And I don't know why they haven't released it or why they released the High Elven Warrior before Gil-galad. But
Yeah.
even Gil-galad would be a bit of a niche character for most. So but while we're on John Howe and the art print signing, I think that is the thing that really sets them apart. To me, half the value is in the print, and if you don't get the print with the statue, it does feel like a problem, and they really need to make sure that the prints are always included. I don't know why they weren't in the box. They seem to come in mine, certainly. But I don't know.
Yeah. But that looks great.
Um, I thought I'll throw in here just an image because I was a little bit uneasy with this at the start. Um, the kind of beheading, basically, statue of
Yeah.
a beheading. But
It's bold.
it's book accurate.
Hmm.
We do know of Azov that that is exactly what he did. This is a book accurate moment when
Yeah.
this is at the right time, and he doesn't really come back. So from a kind of book nerd point of view, I like that.
Yeah.
But I was also thinking of this Cellini statue in Florence, and I I suppose it just struck me that the kind of it's almost the inverse, the
Hmm.
heroic pose, but the villain has, is doing the beheading rather than Perseus. So that kind of moved my needle, probably sufficiently so to make me consider this for a future purchase. Probably as Adam, as you say, at a sale, perhaps.
Yeah.
Oh, there's the more bloody version.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's
I
a
think
great
it
pose.
depends. It depends.
Mhm.
Obviously, if you like the design they did for Azog, then I think people will flock to it. I personally liked I wish they'd kept their original prosthetic design for him, which ended up being kind of was it the dungeon keeper in the end that Gandalf had to kind of deal with. But
Yeah.
I don't dislike this version of Azog. I think it's because in
Mhm.
the movie it just seemed a bit unfinished. I think in the first one, didn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah. But he is a beast. But it's a nice model. I can see why you guys would want it.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And I suppose lastly, Sam, this was something you were clearly very keen on, and you're looking at your shelves. They're a
Yeah.
huge part of your collection. So I know very little about this. So maybe
Cool.
you want to talk us over this?
Well, yeah. I mean, the one thing I'll say, I'll probably keep it fairly brief because I don't know how many people that will watch this will be into this side of Middle Earth, but it's this has probably been the biggest part of my collecting. And in terms of the game itself, it's been going strong since 2001 now. So it's doing really well, and they're still releasing new models. Like we've got Beachbone up there, the Ent, who you see in the movie as well. He was like quite kind of a recent release. It goes really well with the Treebeard models, and they just keep getting more and more impressive. I think with the sculpts they're coming out with. You've got the catapult troll from the Hobbit films, and even stuff where that's more obscure. Like we got the Easterlings, and they've added these kind of runish drakes to go along with like the Easterling forces, which kind of like Komodo dragons, but they really have tried to expand so many of the lines with each faction kind of thing. And a cool little story in terms of, I think that's a John Howe image of the Barrow-wights, the Barrow-wight there. And the Perry brothers, who designed all the original Games Workshop, like metal minis back in the day, they went to the kind of pre-production on the films. So they got to base a lot of their designs, I think, on obviously what they were planning to do for the films, which suggests they had designs for the Barrow-wights. And these two little models you see here, they're two of the rarest models you can get because they were never ever released. So they've obviously came up with the designs for them, and I've got these on my shelf, so they're quite rare little models. There's a few collectors that have managed to get those, but I just think it's a cool little thing that they created it based on the John Howe kind of artwork. So we know if the Barrow-wights were going to be in the movies, this is what they would have been depicted like. Yeah, and you see the Perry brothers. They're actually the scene where Pippin's looking for Merry in the film. They're two of the dead Rohirrim on the floor. Yeah, it's panning over. I think one of the ones with his arm chopped off. Yeah, so it's
Oh my gosh.
yeah, those are the guys that designed all these mini, and they worked very close with Weta, which is why I kind of like the designs. And because I'm so picky on like how they replicate what the characters look like, I feel like they can get away with it when the models are this size. So
Yeah.
doesn't bother me so much. So yeah, there's my little thing on there.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I just hope they'll continue. I think the game's still going strong, so I think they're going to continue kind of with some new releases. And I love the Ents, so I hope they keep doing more of the Ents that we saw in the movie as well.
It's really beautiful. That I really like that composition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you look up my favorite ones, probably it was originally Quick Beam, and then they realized I don't know if you've got the art print from Weta with all the Ents on it with their faces. They realized it wasn't Quick Beam, it was Birch Seed. So they had to change the name so they had the correct licensing for the model. But he's my favorite one that they've managed to do. So yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
I really like the John Howe connection as well. These, what a tantalizing image for what we could have had. Yeah.
Exactly.
Adam, are you into this or?
I think it's amazing. It's very gosh, that's another rabbit hole to go in.
It is, yeah, yeah.
Like, because when you get the figures, you have to paint them, right? Or do they
Mm.
come already?
No, you have to put them together and you have to paint them. Some of them, like the old metal ones, like that, there wasn't so much putting together, and when there was, it could be a nightmare. Like they had an old metal Balrog, and I think originally they released it with metal wings, and then the wings wouldn't stay on when people like glued them, so they had to re-release it in like plastic. And but yeah, I mean they've done a real good job with everything. And the more tricky ones now, they tend to release in like fine cast or like plastic, so you can kind of put together really well. And then I personally, I was saying to Julian before we started the stream about painting wise, I don't do it myself because I know I wouldn't do them justice. So I get them commissioned painters to make them look like they do in the films, or in my imagination what they'd be like in the books. Yeah, so
Yeah, I could never do the painting either. I always loved building models, but then I'd be like, how do I paint?
yeah,
I don't
yeah,
know. It would look really messy.
yeah, yeah. And like the Smaug was like £300, and he's behind me somewhere. But it was for me, it almost looks as good as what Weta managed to do in terms of how they built it. But yeah, that took days to build because you're putting all the tiny little spikes on and everything. Yeah,
That's cool.
yeah.
Brilliant. Well, that kind of concludes the releases that we've been thinking about. So I suppose any other thoughts or I suppose exciting things coming that you're looking forward to?
Hmm. Well, I just ordered, not Lord of the Rings related, but I just ordered Tigana from
Yes.
Conversation Tree Press.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and it's
yeah,
Julian's fault.
yeah. It is Julian's fault.
Brilliant.
And it's his fault that I bought the
Yeah.
Fiona Bar tapestry from
Yes.
Grimo. Uh,
And I'm considering
so
that as well.
it's
Oh man.
they're gorgeous
Yeah.
editions. Well worth it. So I just bought that. I'm very excited for that.
Brilliant. Brilliant.
Yeah. Right now I'm just kind of waiting for pre-orders to come in. I think we're still a couple months away from maybe Edoras coming to the States. I
Hmm.
ordered from a different retailer, not Weta, but
Hmm.
that's looking really nice. Some collectors in New Zealand have that, and it looks great. Boromir, I can't wait for him.
Yeah.
And really, the only other thing is Kirith Ungol for me. So just kind of waiting.
Excellent. Sam, I imagine you also have Edoras
Yes, I do.
on
Yeah,
queue.
so just waiting. I think I've got one more little payment to pay off on that.
Hmm.
So yeah, I'm just waiting for that. Kirith Ungol. Unfortunately, I noticed when I went on the Grim Oak Press as well, they've also done the Name of the Wind.
Oh,
And
They
I was
have,
like,
yes,
oh
yeah.
no! And then they're releasing the
I
second one as
know.
well. So I was like, oh, I might have to get these because I mean, as nice as the versions are that Patrick Rothfuss that we've got for the books,
Mhm.
these ones will be even nicer. So I'm kind of like, that's been another rabbit hole, thanks to
Oh
Julian.
yeah.
But
Well, I will fly the Guy Gabriel K flag as
yeah,
wide as I can
yeah,
because the more people read him, the better.
mm,
The Fionnuvar is probably I mean, that is right off
mm-hmm,
the kind of Silmarillion, him
mm-hmm,
finishing off work with Christopher in England,
yeah,
and it's kind of his first book. It's very different to all his other books,
mm,
but it is really really cool. And Tigana is another level, but um, I'm very excited for the potentially the Lions of Arasan, which as I was saying
mm-hmm.
a couple of days ago, that's a book I would put probably on par with Lord of the Rings in terms of impact.
Oh wow,
It is something else.
yeah,
I've just received and this is Adam's fault. I've just received the Dragonbone chair and the whole Memory, Sorrow and Torn by Tad Williams by Grim Oak Press.
mm,
So jealous of
Um,
you. I can't find anybody selling the Dragonbone chair for
it
anything
it
reasonable.
it's difficult. It seems to be a kind of one of those where the first book is many people's favorite book, so they kind of maybe have purchased the first one only. So there's more copies of second one, and the third one is just third and fourth one have just been released. But yeah, it is Sam. I don't know if you've read Tad Williams, but this
I
is
haven't,
my
no.
first footsteps, and
Yeah.
it's really good.
I think you've both done posts on a couple of posts on him, haven't you?
Yeah.
And I like
I bought the Broken Binding set.
Yeah, yeah. I was so excited, so I started with the Broken Binding set, and I've now moved on to the Grim Oak one. But the kind of the amount of illustrations for both from both sets is remarkable. So yeah, all very exciting. Otherwise, similarly, I'm waiting on Boromir, Kiris Ungol, and I think the miniature Witch King should be shipping soon. But that's
Yeah.
kind of it at the moment. Nothing else. So yeah,
I know there's a couple of new Tolkien books on the way as well, isn't there? There's the is it the Bavodian
Oh
Fragments?
yes,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
which I'm interested to see. But I also hope they keep doing the because I like the deluxe versions of the books. I just like the way
Yeah,
they look on the shelf,
yeah,
and
yeah.
I still think there's more they could do with some of those.
You
It's
mean
like
these ones, the kind of the
yeah,
slipcase ones? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
like the Finn and Henga. So I emailed HarperCollins a couple of months back just saying you're going to continue the line, and obviously they said we can't confirm, but there may be some more releases next year. So I was like, oh, okay, that's hopeful.
Brilliant. Yes, yeah, yeah. Excellent.
Yeah, because I think they should do the letters of Tolkien in one of those versions as well. But
I hope so.
yeah,
Yeah,
and I'd love
yeah.
to see one of Tom Shippey's the road the road to Middle Earth.
The Road to Middle Earth. Yeah,
I'd love
yeah.
to see that get some love from HarperCollins because I think he's the top man really. I think when it comes for me anyway when it comes to Tolkien stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, those books, both of his are really, really kind of essential reading. So very, very, very well. Hope that they do. It'll be a great addition.
Yeah, it would. Yeah.
Well, this has been really good fun, and we'll surely do it again. But hopefully, folks have enjoyed this at home, and yeah, we'll see you at the next one. If you've enjoyed this, I feel obliged to say like and subscribe. We'll see you next time.